Hey guys, this is Sendo. I'm the top laner for Extra Esports, and this is how to dominate the game with Camille. So there's two pages I use. The first one is if you're not feeling so confident, if you're new to Camille and you have a really difficult matchup, I would go for Sorcery first tree. There we go Comet, Mana Flow Band, Celerity and Scorch. And then second tree I would go Resolve and Bone Plating, I think it was called, and Chrysalis. However, if you feel really confident with Camille, there's a few variations I would take. First there's the Conqueror one, which I personally really like because of the AD boost it gives early game, so you can dominate your lane just with one trait. I would go for Conqueror, Triumph, Alacrity, and Cryptic Rush. And second tree I would go Mana Flow Band and Scorch. On Camille, normally in laning phase you want to aim for 1k 200 gold back, so you can get your Tiamat, especially against tanks. If you're against someone really squishy, you can also go for the Sheen Rush, or you can just go for 2 long swords, even 3 long swords, since you're gonna build them anyway in Tiamat and Trinity Force. Doesn't matter if you started with Tiamat or Sheen or whatever item you got, you normally want to rush Trinity Force 100% of the times on Camille. Like, I think it's the best item on Camille to rush and gives you a huge power spike. Second item, you normally want to go for Sterox. Unless you're really fat, then you go for GA. Yeah, and then basically the 3 core items are Ravenous Hydra, Trinity Force, and Sterox. And the GA second item, of course, is already in there. If you got really fat and you just stomping everything, then just get your GA really early. Camille is generally a really good laner, a really good champ against everything, so you can pick her into almost everything. She does have a few bad matchups though, which I think the worst matchups are Jax and Fiora. Against Jax, you can't really do that much. You can win basically from level 3 to 6 if the Jax plays well, and then that's it. So yeah, you have to go for teamfights, and against Fiora, you have to dominate lane basically, else she's gonna dominate you. Camille is a very safe laning phase. When laning with Camille, you can use your W in lane for lots of poke and sustain. And it's also really easy to hit once you had a little practice on now, and you can read the enemy movements. Also, you can also go for really aggressive trades, where generally you want short trades with Camille when your passive shield is up. You can also go for a burst combo where you can activate your first Q, and then the second Q you're gonna land it on the enemy with your E. And then after the trade, you normally want to go for the W for a bit of more damage and sustain back up some damage you took in the trade. Normally in short trades though, you want to not use the empowered second Q, since in early game it doesn't do that much damage. Instead, you would go in with the E, of course, auto, and then QQ directly. Then of course W again after the trade is finished to sustain back up a little bit and damage your opponent a bit more. Camille's case is really good, but she's also good for early game skirmishes since she has a CC, a lot of mobility, and has also a lot of push. So if you're able to push your enemy in and get the wave into the turret, don't hesitate to move around the map and look for the jungler, or try to gank mid in, or even go for a crab with your jungler. Your first big power spike occurs when you get your Trinity Force. Then with Tiamat you will also be able to get more pushes and move around the map. Your ultimate is the perfect skirmish ability, as it locks enemies inside of it when you gank them. However, crucially, it also locks everyone else out of the zone, which makes it really easy at isolating champions, and you can focus them down with your entire team. Yeah, in mid game especially, you want to try to keep your wave pushed all the time and have prior over your enemy laners, so that you're able to move around the map all the time and look for picks. And solo queue especially, this works really good, since the enemies don't respect it so much, so with most of your roams you will be able to get something. If you're trying to chase someone who's really far away, your E is really good at that, and you can combo that with the W, so you can W, Y, and your E. You'll get the timing with a little bit of practice, so that just when your second E finishes, you'll be able to slow your enemy down with W and still catch him. You normally don't want to straight up 5 vs 5 with Camille late game since you have so much silent priority and nobody can contest you. But normally you win 1 vs 1 and want to just get prayer on your lane, and either force a 5 vs 4 around Nash or an objective, and you just want ultimate fights normally. You don't have to 5 vs 5 if you have Camille in your team and it's late game. Yeah, and late game especially you want to use the burst combo, which is always using your first Q on a minion or something you find near, even on an enemy ward, whatever it is, and just go in with your second Q, since your 2 damage will actually half health all your enemies, even tanks. A couple of tips for higher elo players who need to worry more about vision and macro. Before going to your side lane to split push, make sure to establish some vision around the neutral objectives, so the enemy team can't just rush the neutral objective while you go just to the side lane, right? So if you get some vision around Nash, they will have to face check and get the vision slowly back while you're gaining pressure on the side lane, so that gives you enough time that they can't just rush that objective. In 5 vs 5 you normally can split push more, but in solo queue I would not recommend to just go for split push, since people don't respect them much. They do way more mistakes, they misposition a lot, so I really recommend you to just roam with the priority you have. Just roam and look for picks all the time. Okay guys, thanks for watching the Camille guide. I hope you liked the video and I hope you get into your real elo very soon, because I think you're gonna climb after watching that guide. Don't forget to leave a like or comment or whatever, subscribe, do everything that's Excel related, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.